All right, we are in. We are in like Mr. Flint. Good morning, all. Happy Friday. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Arlita. It's great to be with you, and thank you so much for sharing your morning with me. Balanced scales. I know you, sister. Uh, Great to have you with us this morning. So happy Friday. So here's the story. Johnny McGorry. Janine, good morning. Rebecca, good morning. Sorry for my tardiness. Didn't I think I was all wired for sound, only nothing was coming through. Hey, while I'm remembering this, can I just encourage you to listen in at 8:10 this morning, Eastern time. So it's 5 hours ahead. I'm thinking 1:10 Irish time, 1:10 European time, mostly, if it's 5 hours ahead. I'll be on 104.7 The Fish. You can go online and listen to that, but they did an interview yesterday. Good morning, Russell. And man, it's amazing what they do with interviews. You know, you think you get some really good nuggets in there, and they just are pushed for time. So there's, let's just say there's at least a few minutes on there with Kevin and Taylor in the morning at 8:10 on The Fish, and would love it if you would have a little listen and let me know if you got a chance to hear it, and if that was well, and then just pray that God would have other people listen so that our phenomenal team of about 15 coaches and counselors could just to get to help more people. Yeah. So do that for me if you'd be so kind. And let me pop in here. We're going to talk about today how to, well, actually, we're going to talk today about, we're going to talk today about 5 different types of people. We talked about that a few weeks ago. I want to come back to that just really briefly. And then I want to talk to you about the Live Love Lead Academy a little bit, and I'm hopeful that you're going to find yourself somewhere in what we're going to kick around this morning, so that it will just be a help and a support to your day. I trust that makes sense to you and to yours, and bless this little computer is struggling a little bit. Good morning, St. Pete, man. Good to have you back on a Friday morning. Happy Friday to all of you. I'm so thrilled to get to do this journey with you all. And I'm waiting for this thing. Boom, I thought it was up, but it'll be up in just a second, I think. All right, so let me just dive in. How about we do that, eh? All right, how about we do that? Let's just dive in to what does it look like? I want to see if you find yourself in here. Again, yesterday we got into a lot. We dropped a lot of goodies in your goodie bag, and we talked about just the importance of getting quick wins, just baby steps, right? Just taking baby steps moving forward. Good morning, Sarah. Morning, Daphne. Wonderful to have you all in today. The importance of getting quick wins fast. Talked about the importance of incorporating fun in your story. Really, really important. And the importance of having 3 F's: fulfillment, right? Meaning, having meaning in your story, meaning in your life. Really, really, really important. and that as we're incorporating change, which we talked about yesterday, when you can keep those 3 F's part of it, right? Remembering your why, because if you remember your why and don't forget your why, then it's easier for you not to lose your way, right? Is what we talked about. We talked about 4 T's. We talked about techniques, right? Just tools and techniques, how to get further faster. Because when you don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know, and you can only give what you have, right? So let us help you with some techniques, right? Which is what we were talking about yesterday. And then there's just a sense of toughness. There's a sense of, We are going to reap what we sow. There are no shortcuts. Okay, you can go further, faster with a coach in your life, with a mentor in your life, not a question. But at the end of the day, your coach, your mentor, your counselor, your spiritual director, they can't make the decisions for us, right? And so it's at the end of the day, it's down to you. And so then we talk about, okay, well, if it has to be and it's up to me, crikey. We talk about, so if it is up to us, and if we really do we what we sow, which we do, then there's got to be more than just me, right? Because there's a whole belief set that we're carrying around, and a lot of times, man, your self-talk, your belief is like a software program installed in your noggins that drive the rest of your day, that drive your life. And so really, really important to think about what is driving me, what's my self-talk, etc., right? Toughness is just a really important part of that, which just gets us to the next one, which is truth, right? Truth, really, really important in the story as well. And when you experientially know, not just a head knowledge, but when you experientially know the truth, which means you've got to put it into action, we've got to take time to apply. When you put the truth into action in your life, woo, watch out. You will experientially know the truth, and the truth will set you free, right? Set you free. And that's what we want for you. We want to help you to live free, and we want to help you to live well. So, and then the last part, we said to pull that off, you need a tribe. You need a tribe to pull that off. You need a few followers. You need a few fellows in the ship so you can have fellowship and head in the same direction, right? 2 girls, 2 lads on a ship heading in the same. That's what fellowship is, right? And so that's yesterday. So if you want a bit more of that, dive into yesterday, because we really unpacked that a whole lot. We talked about, look, together, everybody accomplishes more. The acrostic for team. And so we want to invite you to be a part of a community, be a part of our community. We said yesterday, look, if you're still looking, stop looking. Welcome home. Welcome home. What if there was a place so safe where the very best and the very worst about you could be known, and you could be loved more, not less, in the telling of it? Welcome home. BCI and Live, Love, Lead could be your new home. Melissa, glad to have you as part of the tribe, sister. Right? Seriously, gang. You can't pull off the first 3 T's without tribe, without a community. We've not been called to do this alone. So knock it off trying to do it alone. You're not supposed to be able to pull it off alone. And it says nothing about you. And then we threw in another acrostic, and I'm not going to go back over that again today, because I'm going to say just dive into yesterday, right? And so that was the fast acrostic, and you'll find that in yesterday as well. All right, so good to be with you. So pumped about a couple of goodies that I have for you today. And with all of that ado, look, if you are watching me on Kevin at Live, Love, Lead, or Kevin Daly, Live, Love, Lead, do me a favor, just go ahead and share that for me, because I'm trying to share it, but I can't see it for love, no money, no effort, no nothing. It's not coming up on my screen. I think my memory on my computer is maxed. It's not the only place. Sometimes it's maxed. So share that for me if you would be so kind, and that will help us on our way, because for whatever reason it ain't coming up. So that's that. Okay, let's jump off of here, and let me get my screen. It was ready, but ready even a little bit more. So we talked about 5 types of people before, right? I just want to brush over these, because look, even after a few weeks, you may not be in the same place where you were before, right? So we want to check in on that. And so the first, let me see that I can show you my screen. First type of person. It's all right, Pete. It's all right, man. Listen, bro, I'm there for most of it, and I missed half of it myself. Okay, so repetition, reflection, going over stuff again and again and again is what really has stuff kind of go deeper. 5 types of people, and I'm going to just say, you're not always in each stage, right? So first stage is broken, right? You might be broken. You know, most of us have been raised to think that broken is bad. And in God's economy, in your maker's economy, broken can be beautiful, especially if brokenness leads to surrender, to a king, to one who's on your team, who's for you, who has a good heart and wants the absolute best for you. You might find yourself broken today. And if you do, I want to say to you, it is not, it might feel terrible, but it's not the worst thing in the world, because through brokenness there is beauty. Through brokenness there is an aroma that can come forth that could never come forth as long as you stayed bound up. There's another B for you, okay? Now, let me, all sorts of connotations to that, but I'm just broken, okay? Broken, all right? Uh, if you know somebody right now who's broken, just write broken in. Write broken in the chat. If you know somebody who's broken right now, like I think we know people who are in sometimes we're in that camp, but not always. Broken's the first type, right? And I want to say there's healing for you. There's restoration for you. There's wholeness for you. Kev, you don't know how much I'm broken, like how many pieces I'm broken into. No, I don't. But my Jesus does. Your big brother does, right? We know people who are broken. And I just want to tell you there's hope for you today. Yeah, it's Friday. And yeah, it helps us have a little bit better. And it's a long weekend, at least for those in the States. The States don't have bank holiday Mondays. Did you know that, lads, in Europe? So broken first type, okay? You might be burned out and just pushing and going and grinding, right? You know, I've confessed to you a little bit earlier, you know, my temptation probably in the midst of COVID was to you just keep pushing, just keep going. Like I refuse to sit back and relax, not relax, because it's really important to rest, and that's a huge value as well. But I want to take ground, right? I want us to keep moving forward. I don't want us to be engulfed by fear, which is really easy right now to happen. I want us to be motivated by faith and move forward and take ground that maybe has been lost. Decisions so many times that should have been made before COVID entered our world, right? Are being made right now. And so I just want to encourage you, make those decisions, right? You know what they are. Some of you still haven't kind of taken that step yet, and I just want to encourage you, take the step. So you might be burned out. Number 3. And I just want to say, you know, the answer to number 2, come. All ye who are weary and heavy burdened, come. And Jesus says, I'll give you rest. I'll give you rest. And he says, learn about me. Look, I have meekness, power under control. Of humility, he says. He says, God resists the proud. He sets himself up like a linebacker. Look, I never played American football. I used to think it was for sissies because they had to wear all the pads, until I got up really close to a game one day. Holy moly. I was hearing the clashes, and it wasn't the clash of the ash, where he would say in hurling in Ireland, but it was bodies clashing against each other. Oh my goodness. But the picture is kind of like that. God sets himself up like a linebacker, you know, against you. Say, you're not getting by, kid. You are not getting by. Do you hear me? If you stay in your pride, yeah, you look and see the size of this noggin. You're not getting by me. But he says, if you humble yourself, I will pour out my grace, my supernatural ability to help you experience life better than you've ever experienced it before. Some of us burned out, Kev. I'm not burned out. Might be a little burned because of all the sun, because I've been off work for a while, right? And we have another expression for that in Ireland. It's like, I'm browned off now, like I'm bored now, right? Well, that, you know, I'm so glad that you said that, because we're going to get to that one. But I want to actually say, you might be bleeding. You might be bleeding. And humor's even hard. Like you're not finding any of this funny. And you're like, but nobody can see it, right? People around you, they can't see it. Like you look grand to them. And if you know somebody who's burned out, we're just write burned out in. Just write burned out in the chat. Or if you know somebody who's bleeding, just write bleeding in the chat. Just because somebody isn't visibly or even understandably to you and me, like losing physical blood, a lot of times they're bleeding emotionally, they're bleeding mentally, they're bleeding relationally. They don't have a lot in the tank. Yeah, yeah, we could say burned out or burnt, but bleeding, and those wounds need attention. And if we don't get them attention, we're not heading in a good direction, right? So, so you know anybody who's broken? Write down broken. You know anybody who's burned out? Write down burned out. You know anybody who's bleeding? Go ahead and write down bleeding. How about how about battling? Right? Like, um, somebody wrote into me after we shared this a few weeks ago, and they said, "Kev, I'm none of those. I'm blessed, bro." I'm like, good for you, sister. You can be blessed and even experience some of this stuff. You can be blessed and battling. Like, you can be in it to win it, and you can be giving a gusto, and you're battling. And so you may not need bandages for your bleeding. You may not need rest, respite, reflection, restoration for being burned out. You may not need to be put back together. Or, yeah, by the great physician, right? The one who picks up all of our pieces and puts us, like, makes beautiful things, does beautiful things in our brokenness. Like, you may not be any of those. You might be battling. And so you might just need some support. You might just need some encouragement. You might need some rallying. You might just need some reassuring. And I want to say, or just resources, right? To equip you, to help you battle well. I'm your Irish brother. I want to teach you how to battle well. So, and it's not over yet, right? Smoke's still coming and going, and there's still skirmishes going on in your world, right? If you've not listened to the song by it, man, he's a friend of mine at this stage. His name is Warren Barfield. The song is called Love Is Not a Fight, but it's something worth fighting for. Get yourself onto YouTube later on and search for Love's Not a Fight, Warren Barfield. Love it. Love it. Love that. Hey, if this is resonating with you, sprinkle it. I got some more goodies to give to you before we're done this morning. But let me, yeah, I hear that, Russell. Burned out with business, right? So it's not just burned out with life or relationships, but sometimes it's burned out. I'm just burned out with work. And when the phone rings, it's like you're angry. At least sometimes. No, how would I know that? Sometimes, right? When you find yourself in those places, yeah. Melissa, I want to show these, right? So you may be more than burnt out. You might be burned, burned out with business. Yeah. Um, And so how do we get the balance back, right? That's what we're going to get into. Like, how do we get the balance back? How do we get perspective back? How do we start saying no? If yes is part of our problem. And usually when we get to burnout, we said yes too much. We've put too much on our plate. And we have to be careful because it's easier to get the burnout, right? When we're believing that it's all up to me. I've got to do this. If I don't do this, I'm in dire straits. And really, it becomes about trust, gang. For all of us, it becomes about trust. It becomes about trust. Is he going to come through for you, or is he not? Is his heart good for you, or is his heart not good for you? There's nothing more important in your story than what your connection is like to your maker. Nothing more important. and what you believe about him. It's called a concept of who he is and how you see him and how you think he sees you. Let me tell you, he sees you way better than I think you think he sees you. For the most part, that's been my experience. A lot of us have battled there. And just like Melissa said, like this is a great battle to be in. We're in the battle for the hearts and the souls of men, women, and children. And in broken chains, initially it sounds it's not bad. Don't you not want your chains to be broken? In life, you want your chains to be broken. In fact, you want to know that you are living free, right? Not bound by whatever is trying to bind you up. We're in a great battle, and we want you to know that we'll have your back if you let us, right? But you have to let us. So I let you, Kev. How do I do that? I'll tell you now in just a second. I'll tell you in just a second. How about number 5? And number 5 might be you're bored. You've won your battle, at least for this season. And boredom's kind of set in, right? My granny Kelly used to say, Kevin, idle hands are the devil's workmanship. No, I think that was an idle mind, Granny, actually. An idle mind is the devil's workshop, maybe. I think that's what she used to say. But I'm sure idle hands kind of fit in there somewhere. Somewhere. Boredom, right? Hey, can I give you another tip? We over 4,000 marriages that we've worked with more than that, but over 4,000 marriages that we have research on. Halt B kept showing up for those relationships that hit the rocks. Can I tell you what Halt B is? If you want me to share what Halt B is, then just write in Halt B and then I'll share that, okay? But otherwise, I'll just keep it to myself and I'll just think they mustn't be interested, all right? So, okay, we're just writing Halt B if that interests you, okay? Idle hands are the devil's workshop. I did remember me granny's words. Daphne, you're a sweetheart. Thank you. Okay. So we don't want to end up there. Now there's seasons of rest, there's seasons of restoration, there's seasons of respite. There's times where you don't need to be worried about not having something to do, because your identity is not based on your performance. Your identity is not based on your performance. Your identity is not based on your behavior. Your identity is not based on your behavior. Your identity is based on your birth. And that's why Jesus said, you got to be born again, kid. You got to be born again. And Nikki said, Jesus, seriously? I have to enter my mother's womb? What are you talking about? And Jesus says, no, look, that which is born of flesh and blood it's physical, right? The being born again I'm talking about is a spiritual rebirth, is a spiritual reconnection. And he's called you and me, gang, to be ministers of reconnection, of reconciliation with the Father. No matter what you've been through, no matter where you've come from, no matter where you are, that's your calling. That's your calling. By living your best life, that's one way you do it. Halt B. Thank you, Janine. Halt B stands for hungry. Hungry. Yeah. Make sure you're taking care of yourself in a dietary way. I used to eat standing up because it was just like, fuel to keep the body going. Now, I make noises when I eat sitting down because it's just so good. Food has changed for me. The value of food has changed for me. And so, of course, the enemy's looking for me to take that, off the reservation, right? But hungry. Anytime people have hit the rocks, Halt B has surfaced time and time and time again. Angry is the next one. Angry. Take care of your anger, gang. You got to take care of the anger. Can I throw out another just nugget to you? Anger is a surface emotion underneath which is hurt, frustration, or fear, or a combo of two or three of those. So when you're angry, you gotta go under. Go. If you do not go within, you will go without. If you do not go within, you will go without. What's going on under the anger? Am I hurt? Am I frustrated? Am I afraid? Speak those. Man, speak those. Thank you for saying the volume is low. Thank you so much for saying the volume is low. How about that? Is that any better? Is that any better? Let's see what this volume is here. Okay, that looks good. That's best I can do, bro. Thank you, though, for that heads up. Anger, underneath which hurt, frustration, or fear. Figure it out. At least ask the question, and you will be in a whole lot better place. Truth, sister. Yeah, love that. Love that. All right, good deal. Okay, so hungry, angry, lonely. I don't know if there's an E in there. I can't remember. Loud and clear, Pete. Good deal. Rebecca, volume's okay. Awesome. Lonely, gang. Lonely, lonely. Oh, lonely's a doozy. Doozy. You can be in a gang of people. Well, hey, Connie thought it was her phone. So, good morning, Connie. And Russell, we'll pray for a good deal for you, bro. All right? We're praying for Janine's house to sell. We pray for a new phone for you, man. No problem. Pray for a God story for a phone. I believe in those. As well as God stories for houses. Lonely. Hey, you know what? We're here this morning, right? We're here this morning so that you can be reminded, so that I can be reminded we're not doing this gig alone. So let's not allow the enemy force us into loneliness and isolation and aloneness. And sometimes, frankly, we're the one choosing to go there, right? We're the one choosing to go. I know people who love pets better than people because they've been battered by people. And the pets, for the most part, they're nice to them, you know? I don't want us to like pets better than people. I want to be an inspiration in your story. I want to rub shoulders with you. I want to champion you. And I want to be accountable to you, and I want you and more. And there's more. I'm going to give you the 4 A's in just a second. Okay, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Hello. Sleep is one of the first things to go. Tired. Tired. Make sure you're getting decent sleep, gang. When you do this for me, everything's connected to sleep. Everything's connected to sleep. Tired is massive. And then the last one is bored, which is where we got to on number 5. Bored. Halt. B. Look out for these. Monitor these. Have a self-checkup and adjust accordingly. Massively needed. Massively different. Okay. They are the 5 B's that we talked about. And now I want to throw out to you. I want to throw out to you 4 A's. I want to throw out to you 4 A's. Yeah, I really feel for you, Russell. Like, you're not alone in that, right? We are there's a pandemic around sleep. Sorry, wrong word, but there's a lot of problems in people's sleep lives lately, and so that's an area that is just really challenging, really challenging. So let me say this. I want to say 4 A's of of LLLA, which is our academy, okay? The first one is access. The first one is access. And what that basically means is we want to give you access to tested, proven training and tools that will help you experience the life, the love, and the leadership that you want to experience. And that's the first part of the first A in what you get when you jump into our academy, right? Our Live, Love, Lead Academy. And then we want to give you action plans, right? Because look, access do you jack squat good if you don't do anything with it, right? So we want to give you action plans. We want to fast track your achievement, right? You can only give what you have, and so sometimes you need to gear up. First, you may need to get up, but then you need to gear up, okay? And to get you the desired results, we want to fast track you in that process. It takes time. We talked about reaping and sowing earlier, but we believe that together we can accomplish more, right? That's team, yeah? But we also believe that access on its own is not enough. You need action plans, right? You need equipping so that you can be helped to implement, helped to take that step, helped to know even what step to take next. And then we've kind of already talked about it in a different way this morning, but we need accountability. Bless you, on Insta, I haven't shown you a blessed thing, but if you're listening close, you know what I'm writing, okay? Accountability. We want to help you get unstuck. We want to help you stay on fire. And we want to help you stay committed, ruthlessly committed. We're not interested in just chewing the cud. There's time for that. Stick the kettle on, we'll have a cup of chai, and we'll chew the cud and we'll have a chat. But we're interested in helping you be accountable and being accountable to you so that you can stay lit. And not in the most modern sense. You can stay on fire so that you can move forward and stay focused on whatever's first in your story and whatever's this next best step for you. So we want to help you with access, we want to help you with action plans, we want to help you with accountability, and you know what? We want to help you with association. There are other men and women who love the Lord or are learning to love Him or are learning how much He loves them and experiencing how that changes them. And they're living not aimlessly. They're running, not all over the place. They've set their eyes like a flint. Like Paul said, moving toward the prize. Others who share the same challenges as you, same desires as you, same longings as you, and who also don't want to do this alone, and who want to have their tribe, their place to belong, their place where they've stopped saying, I don't fit in anymore. I belong here. I want not just to learn how to live free. I want to learn how to live free. I want to get free. But I want to learn how to live fully. I want to learn how to love deeply. And I want to learn how to lead authentically. And live from my most authentic self. That's what the Live, Love, Lead Academy is about. That's what I would absolutely be delighted if you would join me in it, because you get your own members area. There's all sorts of goodies. And I just want to, here's my encouragement to you. If you even just have interest, I just want you to write LLLA. I know it's a mouthful, but so's life. LLLA. Just with a question mark or whatever, right? And I'll send you some information on that. And so, Ashley, you're looking for me on Facebook. You couldn't find me today. I think I don't know where I am. I'm supposed to be on Kevin Daly at Live Love Lead. Kevin Daly Live Love Lead is where I'm supposed to be. So get yourself to work. You are welcome, Russell. Hey, I honored to fight alongside you for love and freedom, bro. So type in LLLA if you just even have any interest, right? And we'll just get you some information, because we want to even more be in the trenches with you. Like, this is a short-term season where we're doing all these lives to just pour into you and help you, be better on the other side of this, instead of bedraggled and beaten up and all the other B's that we don't want to experience. Yeah. So that is my encouragement for you today, right? We need a power that is greater than what we have. We need a power that is stronger than what we have in and of ourselves. There's only one place that comes from, right? And it's the secret sauce. Jump into the academy. We'll talk more about where that power comes from. You need protection. You need protection. We need protection, right? There's a war going on. And you need to know somebody's got me back. Somebody's lifting me up. Yeah. You need determination for sure, and commitment, I would say, in that. You need perspective, right? How do you make sure that your head's screwed on straight and you're seeing it like you're supposed to be seeing it? How do you make sure that happens? We're called to be productive, right? We're called to make a contribution. Not your worth is in your work. Your worth isn't in your work. For those of you who've lost your jobs, your worth isn't in your work. Your worth is in who you belong to. Your worth is in your identity. Your identity isn't to be taken from your work. Do that, bro. Take your bride to work. Do that. But we want to be productive. And we want to learn, like, how do I do that? Like, how do I do that better? And frankly, you know what? I think your Father is interested in you profiting. And I'm not talking about financial gain, but let me tell you, I think your Father's interested in you being provided for. I got a daughter flying through college, going to finish early, talking about next steps, next plans. As her dad, I'm thinking, I want her in something that's going to look after her. You know? I don't think our Heavenly Father's, now He's promised to provide for all of our needs, but He's interested in us profiting. He's interested in us getting a result. Sometimes the result doesn't look like what we think it's supposed to look like, but Abba Father is very much interested in you getting a result. And so we want to encourage you to jump into the Live Love Lead Academy, where that can be experienced, whether it can be clarity provided to you, whether you can be fully present, where you can be fully present in every relationship and every genre of your story. We want to help you. That's not forced. You got to make that decision for you. And so if you're interested, message me, just type LLLA and I'll get you info, pop it in the chat area. Hey, if stuff resonated with you today, do this. Sprinkle it amongst the ones that you love, your community, right? And we will look forward to being in touch real soon. In the meantime, have a fantastic Friday. If you've got any questions on anything we've said here, send us an email, send us a message. We have a phenomenal team that would love to walk with you individually if you need more one-on-one direct support and help. So do not be shy about doing that. And other than that, if you want to do this for a living, if you want to help people for a living, we're launching a life coach certification training program. And so if you're interested in that, just type in LCT, and I'll know it's life coach training. LCT, if you're interested in that, we'll get you the info for that. You want to do this for a living? Best job in the world. I'm a little biased. But if you're interested in learning how to be a life coach, how to do that for a living, better yourself, or even not do it for a living, but just be a be life coach, be a better listener, be a better leader, be a better lover, and you're interested in that, then just put LCT in the chat area, and we'll get you some information on that, and that's starting really soon too. So hey, delighted to travel with you. 8:10 a.m., 20 minutes away. There's an interview on the fish this morning, which we were able to get on there for. Actually, we were invited on there for a couple of minutes to talk about all the stresses and all the things that's going on. There might be a couple of nuggets in there, I'm just saying, as well as a few laughs with Kevin and Taylor in the morning. 104.7 The Fish, and it's online to 104.7 The Fish Atlanta, or The Fish Atlanta. You'll find it in there. So, and do pray God sends ears to hear, and that our team is able to help a lot of people. So if we can be praying for you, let us know. Tell us, please, just tell us. Let us join you. Let us lift you into the presence of Jesus. Let's rip off the shingles of the rooftops if we need to and lower you in. We're in this with you. And to the degree that you share your story with us, will be the degree that you experience partnership, and vice versa, right? And so that's what the Academy is about. That's what Broken Change International is about. And we would love to help provide access, action plans, accountability, association, so that you can have power, protection, perspective, productivity, and profit. And the results that you're looking for. Dude, I could talk to you till the cows come home. I have to go. And so do you. So bless you. And we will hopefully see you Monday morning. I'm not sure how long more of these lives are happening. I'm having an absolute blast in them. Somebody said to me, you're not going to run out of material. Run out of, are you kidding me? You have no idea how much I've invested in education, as my Granny Kelly would say. Maybe that was Mary Daly. I'm not sure. But anyway, hey, love yous. Have a great weekend. And if we can be of support, more help to you, let us know. All right. Take care.